Guru Nation, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. It really means a lot to me. And this is my third video in a row from people that have texted me questions. I mean, let's go back to the basics. This is how I started out. I put my phone number on YouTube. Anyone can text me, and it's really me. 949-415-6256. This person asked me a question. I'll keep them anonymous, but it says, I watch your videos all the time, so thank you. And if you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100K. I was wondering if you can give me some advice. I work as a CRC, and I'm considering pursuing a master's degree to advance my career in research or related fields. I already have 2 bachelor's degrees, one in kinesiology and the other in nutrition. I'm trying to decide what would be the most beneficial path forward. I'm exploring options like health informatics, cybersecurity, AI, cloud computing, master's in clinical research, or even an MBA. In your opinion, which of these would be the most useful for someone like me, especially given the direction the industry is headed? Well, my answer, first of all, I love these kind of questions. Very thoughtful. It's somebody who is not going to get a master's degree to try to get a job in the industry. They already have a job in the industry as a coordinator. I'm not against masters or advanced degrees. I'm against using those to try to get your foot in the door in research. It's not going to work. But like this person, maybe because he subscribes and watches, is doing it, in my opinion, the right way. Now, which one I recommend obviously varies a lot on you and what you want going forward. If I had to narrow it down to 2 things, it would be in this order. Anything AI related, and if you have to, the MBA. However, I would prefer the AI because, ironically enough, AI, artificial intelligence, is actually replacing MBAs at an alarming rate. Like these consultants, McKinsey, and all these other high-priced, big firm consulting groups, AI is actually doing, with the right inference training, which is coming up, it's actually doing the same job at fractions of the cost and time. However, the MBA, as a fellow MBA holder, it does give you a general education on business. And if you're going to go into entrepreneurship in any way, I think both of those things are safe. I think some of the other strategies that you're thinking, while a couple of them might be super niche, I do think you're limiting yourself to a very narrow vertical. Now, if you're a true entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. You're going to do what you're going to do. But if I were in your shoes, I would do AI. Anything AI. I don't even know if they have AI related degrees. I'm sure they will. If you can get ahead of the curve, because technology there's early adopters and then there's everyone else, right? And you can follow these graphs. They show the early adopters come on. Before the early adopters, it's the nerds. Then it's the early adopters. And then it's everyone else. And that's where these things become mature and policy comes into play. And in our industry, the FDA is looking at AI right now as far as regulations are concerned. If you can figure out how to use these models, and I don't just mean learn language models, because I think those have their ceiling, but just AI in general, and some of the things that companies are getting into as far as robotics are concerned. I mean, if you look at Tesla and you look at they use AI, but they use video-based AI. I think when you get down to the cellular level, there was that company Deep Six that predicted protein folding structures, and it's going to help discover drugs a lot quicker. Like if you can get your hands on some of those kind of things, very specific in this field, or help others build it, I think you want to be like Wayne Gretzky when he said, I don't go to where the puck is, I go to where it will be. AI is already here. But right now it's just nerds and a little bit early adopters. It's going to get mature. But the industry is headed in that direction. And every industry is, but clinical research too. And now vendors are coming out saying we are building an AI solution for such and such, and this and that. What you have the advantage of is you have coordinating experience, which these AI vendors, and there's a dime a dozen already, are always trying to get coordinator experience. So if you can join one of these early startups with your CRC experience, you can be pretty high up in that company. And I would say don't even wait to get your degree in AI or an MBA. Just start applying, start networking with some of these companies now. Just go on LinkedIn. I advise a couple. Select IQ is one of them, probably the biggest one. But in the past, I was with companies like Versatrial, and they're always looking, those kind of organizations, before they get acquired, they're always looking for individuals to help them out, especially individuals from the site level of expertise. So I wouldn't even wait to get your master's degree. I know you want to do it and you're doing it responsibly, so I'm not going to stop you. But I would say do it concurrently. Go get a master's and go do this stuff. Go find startups that will take you on maybe as spec work. Like, you know how many... The only reason I'm getting sought after by all these tech companies is because I put myself out there. Like, I'm not that special. I do know what I'm doing at the site level. I have 20 years of experience there, but there's people with 40 years of experience at the site level that are not putting themselves out there. So they're not getting the opportunity. So you need to put yourself out there to get the opportunities. And it doesn't mean making videos, but it means networking like crazy. Coming to conferences like my own, SOS, I hope I see you there, saveoursites.com. Going to local meetups like Save Our Sites will do every year, in addition to the big conferences. Going to ACRP and SOCRA local chapter meetups. Just putting yourself out there, being on LinkedIn, being actively engaged with people discussing the latest technologies in AI. Start reading on this stuff. Become a nerd. Give yourself your own MBA. Matter of fact, ask ChatGPT to develop a course for you. Just tell ChatGPT the truth. I am, just like you did to me, I am such and such. I have 4 years of experience as a coordinator. I want to get into artificial intelligence. Please create a 3-month course for me with links and materials and references that I can study to give myself my own education on AI. And through those companies that you study and tools that you use, you can actually network with those people. And I bet a bunch of them would want to hear from a coordinator and maybe even offer you a job, a consulting gig, or something like that. So that goes for any of you coordinators that have been laid off, or even CRAs. CRA expertise is valuable too. Not as much so as coordinators these days, but it's almost as good. So that's what I would do. And I would not care so much about which particular degree you get master's wise, although I wouldn't go narrow, I would go wide in that regard. It gives you more options and you can jump around more. Things like cybersecurity and those other kind of things, I mean, they're interesting, but I fear that you might be pigeonholing yourself. Whereas AI, it's a blank canvas basically, and then MBA, same thing, it's very general. So let me know what you think. Go do both. Educate yourself. Go become a consultant for a startup, or maybe a slightly more mature startup, and go do the master's program. You've deserved it. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Good luck. Bye-bye.